Hello, hello everyone. I got some new mats in. I'm going to be probably doing them one at a time, but this one is the Decision Blueprint. We have the Bond Blueprint, and today we're going to be going into the Manifestation Blueprint. So think of something right now that you are trying to manifest in, and we're going to go through this mat. We're going to start with the Seed of Desire. Seed of Desire. And again, you can get all of these mats on my Fourth Wall account. And there is a free resource in my Stan store that has all of the descriptions and how to use the mats. Okay, so Seed of Desire. Number 4. We have the inner yes. What is the inner yes as it pertains to your manifestation? 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Wands, and the Hermit all in reverse. You've put in the work, but you're willing to keep putting in more work. You're not at the point where you're like, I've done enough work, I just want the manifestation. This is something where you're okay with continuing. You're actually happy to continue to put work in until it comes in. This is something, 3 of Wands kind of gives me the energy of you're not necessarily holding your breath. You're like, I've worked for it. I know I've put in the work to have it at any time, but I'm willing to continue to keep working for it until it comes in. And I'm not stopping my life to wait for it. I'm continuing to live while waiting for it. And with the Hermit in reverse, there's some element of this manifestation bringing you out of hermit mode. And it kind of feels like this is a long time coming in that regard. The alignment check. What is the frequency match here? What's the frequency match? You now are about to have the world in your hands, some kind of option, some kind of new path after a false start. You got a glimpse of your potential before, but the path wasn't ready yet. Almost like if you were the one that was constructing the pathway on the path, and you got, you know, when someone goes to like view the location before an event, you got a glimpse of that in the past just so you would keep the faith and keep the hope, but it wasn't time for it then. So having it taken away wasn't a punishment, and being able to see it wasn't a lie. It was meant to be the flame that stayed lit through the journey. And you're about to have some kind of option, offer, solution, path opening that you got a glimpse of before, but it wasn't time then as it pertains to this manifestation. Belief gate, number 8. What's the old story loop? What old story is looping here? That when you took a step forward, the Fool, Queen of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, the old story loop that's clogging your belief gate is that in the past, when you took a step forward, especially when you wore your heart on the sleeve, you would end up in a bad situation. You would end up locked out, defeated, rejected, failing, or perceiving failure. So that is the old story loop. What's the emotional current? What's the pulse of creation? Pulse of creation. You're in alignment now. You're in alignment now, and all you need to do is wrap up this cycle. There's something an action that you will be taking, but it's not one you need to force yourself to take right now. It's one that it naturally presents itself to you, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm choosing between this or that. I'm choosing this. And that is essentially you completing the cycle, closing the door on the past and opening the door to the future. Imagine you're in a hallway where you can only have one door open at a time because there's only enough room for you and the one door to open. So you need to step into the space, completely close the door behind you in order to open the one that's ahead of you. But once you close it, you can't reopen it. So it feels like there was some bit of hesitation, or there was some bit of like, Maybe a piece of your clothing was stuck in the door and you had to find a way to pull it out, but that door is closed now and there's no going back. But you've been standing in this waiting period, waiting for this door to open in front of you. And you're going to be presented with a choice. And essentially that choice is, do you want to stay in the waiting room thinking that maybe the door behind you will reopen, even though you don't really want it to, or are you ready to go forward? So it's a choice that's kind of obvious, but it's a choice that proves you ended the cycle and learned the lesson. That's why it's necessary. The action field. Number 4, what is the momentum path? The momentum path. You're having support come in that you don't necessarily see coming. Maybe support you haven't had before. Maybe it's God supporting you. Maybe it's people supporting you as well. But there is some kind of collaboration here that you're not all the way seeing the intensity of yet. It's not all the way in the light yet. There is some light on it, but it's not all the way in the light yet. But it's about to help you really put down the burden in a big way as it pertains to this manifestation. The resistance layer. What is the fear frequency? What is the fear frequency? Self-trust. Can you trust yourself walking into the unknown? Can you trust yourself when things aren't always in your control or balanced? It feels like you can trust yourself, but when we're talking what's the fear frequency, any fear would be, am I strong? No. Am I ready to balance? It's almost like you have to walk across this balance beam while holding a basket from one end to the other end of the rainbow, so to speak. And you're it's not that you're not trusting your ability to do that. You're just like checking your balance. Is my balance all the way ready? Is my focus all the way ready before I walk across this beam? And it feels like once you've truly decided you are, and look, it's kind of here, it's like you cross that finish line. Timeline shift. The time bridge. I just said that. Okay. Time bridge. Oh, wow. Page of Swords, Moon in reverse, King of Swords. The bridge is that you're about to, it's not that this manifestation isn't here yet because you're not ready. It's the manifestation isn't here yet because you need it to really see your growth, your talent, your skill, your mind, basically your brain on display. You are about to see that you're no longer the curious Page of Swords ready for the adventure. You're the King of Swords that is ready to understand the whole adventure, learn from it, and share that in some way. So you are about to see the bridge is when you see, oh, I'm not the page, I'm the King of Swords, the mind. Not in like a cocky way, but just in like a growth way. It's not cocky to realize your growth that you fought for. And the trash can just went by. The old you is gone. That door behind you is closed. It's not going to reopen. But because of free will, you need to see that you're ready so that when you're presented with the opportunity to go hit the ground running, you don't hesitate. Realization point. The integration gate. What's the integration gate? Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Swords in reverse, the Star in reverse. You're ready to build whatever you have to build, and it doesn't matter how many people are watching or if no one is. You're ready. And whatever is meant to come through you, it feels like if this is for you, the manifestation is bigger than just you. It's like you want this not for selfish reasons, but for collective reasons. And it feels like whether or not that puts you on a stage or in a back office, whatever's meant to come through you is going to begin coming through you. It's like you're getting one pentacle at a time, or you have been getting one pentacle at a time. And once all 10 are in place, they move like gears and they generate the energy. And once it passes your mind and your mind approves it, because your mind knows, I don't have anything to worry about. I know that I went from the page to the king. This star flips upright and the show is on. Split the deck to the Emperor in reverse. It's not something you have to control. It's something that you're ready for. So your trust in divine timing is a statement to your preparedness to accept the manifestation. So that is the manifestation blueprint. I will link it below. I'm going to do the next mat to show you. Thank you for watching.